Galileo is attributed with discovery of a pendulum, and there is also a story which goes behind it. It's like Galileo goes to a church, he observes the chandeliers in the church, and he sees pendulums out of chandeliers. Then we raised a question, how come millions of people have been going to the church? When everybody sees a chandelier, why is that only Galileo sees a pendulum? So this is actually a fantastic and deep question, and when we go back to the evolution of science or science history per se, we see that it's a 1700 to 1800 years of story. So this is how it starts. Somehow Galileo happens to drop the ball like that. Okay, he holds a ball and tries to drop it down, and not one, when he drops two balls simultaneously, he observes that both the balls fall at the same time independent of the mass. This was a revealing thing. After 1600 years he had a question, he tried an experiment, and whatever he learned in the books was not true. That should have been a fantastic moment for Galileo. Now let's come to the next problem. So what is the time that it takes for the ball to start from here and to reach the ground? It would have been fraction of milliseconds or seconds. So maybe he wanted to try it on the Tower of Pisa. We don't know whether it is true or not, but that's how the story goes. But conducting experiments from that height is not practical. So he would have come back to his lab, try to drop it and measure the time. Now the problem for him in those days is, maximum Galileo would have had is some sand clock like this. Okay, imagine how difficult it would have been for him to measure time with this. Or alternatively, historical books say he was using water clocks. He was even not having the luxury of using a ticker tape timer, which was invented after discovery of alternating current. So this should have come only in late 1800s. So he didn't even had that. So he comes up with a question, Galileo comes up with a question, how do I increase my time so that I can use the existing devices like a water clock to have a relative accuracy of time? So he comes up with an ingenious idea. Let's start with a slanting slope. So he makes some wooden, okay, this is a plastic which you see here. Probably he had only thing, yeah.